Yes, 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 West Yorkshire. Yes, my sexy people. Yes, my sexy fit machines. It's your girl, Queen T, representing, still trying to make the nation healthy the right way, which gives me my video of today. Thought I'd kind of jump on. There's a lot I want to say, to be fair. It's just trying to figure out what I want to say first and what's more relevant and what's more important. Today, obviously, I'm still seeing quite a lot of these weight loss injections going about. 240 odd quid a pop. I think what surprises is more is the fact that people are willing to go to these extremes. I mean, if I associate injecting anything, I find that quite severe. A severe process to have to go through. Not only that, if I ever have anything injected, it's generally by a professional, like a doctor. So yeah, I mean, I'm always going to be on the fight to obviously educate everybody in becoming healthier, becoming fitter, more energised, happier, have some more self-esteem, more confidence, because that is what I've been about since I started this whole journey. But it has been for a long time. I mean, I've been helping people out in schools. You know, even though I'd gone to every single school, I made sure nobody was bullied in any of those schools that I went to. So I used to protect those that used to get bullied, because I too was bullied at every single school I went to. And I mean, when I say bullied, right, just because they couldn't batter me doesn't mean to say I wasn't bullied. I was isolated so many times, rumours, defamation of character, all the way through. And I had to stand up and obviously being on my own and having no family, had to stand up against these people on many occasions. You know, I've unfortunately had some horrific situations put in place where obviously for me, I've been on my own having to fight these, and I've pretty much done that all my life. And that's why becoming a fitness professional for me was like, it was a no-brainer. I get to help people, I get to advise people, I get to give them the health and the confidence that everybody deserves. You know, I've always said in this country that we needed to be led into greatness, not into temptation. And unfortunately, with the things like your injections and this diet and that diet and the other diet, you know, we are used, and our weaknesses are used for people's greed and benefits of greed. So, you know, again, as a fitness professional, I know there's many out there like me that are so frustrated because, you know, there is nothing beats having proper fitness and health. Like, that feeling I obviously recognised from a very, very young age. Hence why I kind of kept with it and kept consistent with it. It was the only thing that I could get away from everything. And I mean, my life, like I say to you, imagine bringing yourself up from the age of 9. Imagine living on your own on the most notorious estates. Things like these didn't really affect me, bearing in mind if I were to think of a 15-year-old today doing that, I think it would be miles more of a struggle, or even an apprehension of this could be possible. You know, and especially from the 80s and 90s, we were definitely bred with a little bit more hardship, weren't we? It's nothing we known back then, you know. It's all, again, a learning process. So bringing it back without going off on a tangent, what I'm talking about is, you know, people just having that understanding that nothing comes for free. Nothing, and especially when you're talking about the body. You know, if you've not treated this body well, and most people do it to me, I eat okay. How do you know? How do you actually know? Unless you're a nutritional expert and you've actually done education on it and research like I have, extensive research, extensive education, extensive implementation on myself and others, I don't understand how you can sit there and say you eat healthy, because you'll have fruit and veg. And that, you know, again, is what we associate. It's very narrow-minded in the fact of, well, if I eat my fruit and veg, I'm all right. And it's deeper than that. You know, we have hormones, we have balances, you know. You've got to remember, food wasn't accessible like it was generations ago. You know, you had to hunt for your food like animals do. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, it can go back centuries, and just the makeup of bodies, DNA, genes, blood types have massive implementation. But the one thing that I think doesn't change, and will never change. And people really need to understand the benefits of exercise and actually moving. Like, your body was meant to move. And I'm looking out there now with all these weight loss solutions, different types of weight loss solutions. People have stopped moving. You could go get a tummy tuck and have it done, I don't know how many days. I think a day is it. You can go get lipo, which means therefore you don't need to move for it. You don't need to work for it. You can just go on a bed, lay down, and then lay down some more to recover. What do you think that's going to do internally? For starters, any surgery puts your body in shock. And I don't think people understand or appreciate the severity of shocking the body. So imagine you're getting injured. That's exactly what surgery is like for the body. The body's not thinking, oh, she's just going in for a bit of lipo or a tummy tuck or whatever else. It's not thinking that. It's thinking, I've just been cut up and I'm having this prod in me. And the body doesn't see like I see, but it knows when it's going through something severe. And as much as you might have had an aesthetic to obviously get rid of that pain and numbness, and to numb it, the body still has to go through that process. And I think, again, that's not where we appreciate. Like, even after having my daughter, went straight back down after 6 weeks. But then for 2 years, I struggled. Because obviously in that 6 weeks, that was down to a lot of stress. And obviously I went straight back into work after 6 weeks. And my body it just had 7 layers cut through. do you know what I mean? And it had been also for 6 weeks not moved or exercised, which my body, I don't think, has ever gone that amount of time with no exercise and movement. So again, I shocked the body in that instance. And it took me 2 years to get my body ripped how I liked it before I was pregnant. 2 years, and most people won't see it like that, but if you look at my transformational videos on YouTube, you'll see the changes. And all of which, I have a balance of the 80% of the food is like banging, like on it, like I completely get balance and regulation, variety, and obviously making sure that I get the right foods in for my body to be able to function and perform properly. And then exercise as well. And we're not talking you got to do major. I mean, there's pole dancing, there's aerial loops. You won't even become a sweaty mess with those. But you'll have burnt 500 plus calories because of the conditioning side of it and the utilizations of your muscles that, unfortunately, that's what's going to happen. You're going to burn extreme calories because it's an extreme. You're not going around climbing every day. Do you know what I mean? You're not having to go around lifting yourself up every day. And this is the power of movement. This is what it does. And it can be something so simple of just, stabilising yourself on a stability ball. But we are stopping moving. And like the Tin Man in Wizard of Oz, if you stop, you're going to seize up. And you're going to expect that body to move. So if there's any advice I can give anybody, if there's any bit of information you can take away from me, it's to move. Our bodies were designed to move. It wasn't meant to stay still. It was designed to move, but then also it's designed to rest, hence why we have bedtime. You have plenty of rest. Go to bed, have 8 hours. You don't need to sit down through the day. And this is what I'm trying to educate people on, the power of the body. And it doesn't necessarily need to be covering you up with nails and eyelashes and this and then that. Just move it and it will project out the goodness for you. And that's what I want you guys to understand. This is what I need you guys to start realising. And that's why I made Sexy Fit. To give people another option that gave it a bit of fun behind it. It's going to a gym and pushing weights and that and having a break and this, that and other. Good for you, that's what you want to do, fine. But, again, you need that body being shocked in other ways. Exercise, like, oh God, that means I've got to be stronger for next time. So yeah, Tiffy's top tips, always coming in with it, as I do, for you, because this is what I'm about. I'm about giving people the education for the nation of their creation. Ciao Bella.